Hi, Insideusshow family. Welcome back. How you guys doing today? So, as promised, we have come to you today with some of the causes that allow us to, no longer be attracted to our partner anymore. So last week, if you watched the show, we looked at some of the things you can do if you find that this is happening to your relationship. And today, we are looking at some of the things that can cause it. All right, so let's just dive in. It can be very emotionally draining when you notice that the sparks begin to fade. However, the first step is reigniting the old flame, and you will realize that you and your partner will just need to spend some time together, and all of those lovely things that we mentioned last week. You can go back and watch the show if you want to watch it.
Please.
We're not going over it, right? But we want to look into some of the causes. So, Nahesha, does number one apply to you? Yeah. Do you think that if your husband was to become emotionally distant, it would affect your self-esteem in any way?
Of course.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. We're saying that it will affect your self-esteem if your partner is emotionally distant, and that can cause, gradually the attraction to break down. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because, in a relationship with somebody and them emotionally distant, where that go?
That not go nowhere.
Yeah, that's definitely a number one cause right up there.
Everybody wants to know that, emotionally you're attached to your partner and you can discuss anything feeling-wise or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, and it will affect your self-esteem, because then a lot of times when we mention self-esteem, some people will be like, and that's not going to affect my self-esteem. But if you're with somebody that you care about and there to care about you, trust me, it will affect your self-esteem. You
and that's the key. The care part, that's the key.
Yeah, is it me? What did I do? All of that, and it starts to bring it down. So yeah, definitely.
Your partner being dishonest, which makes you unable to physically connect with them. That's a big one.
Yeah, so dishonesty, I guess it can be in more than one ways, because it can be bigger than just somebody telling you a lie. Because, sometimes they'll tell little white lies and whatever, and you can pass that. But when it's a major thing, especially if it is concerning infidelity, that is definitely a deal breaker. Yeah. It will definitely cause you to, lose the attraction that you once had, because now
there's no trust.
Yeah, there's no trust, and there's some other things and some other people involved in the relationship. And so, that's definitely, a bad one.
Don't be dishonest, people.
Yeah, dishonesty is definitely something you don't want to do. Yeah. So if you find it, because one of the reasons why we're doing this, is that sometimes things are happening and we don't know what the root cause is. Yeah. So we are pointing some of these things out to you today so that you can examine what is happening in your relationship and say, all right,
this applies to you.
Maybe this is what is causing this to happen to me. Yeah, definitely. So the next thing we're looking at is harbored anger. Now, this is where you are holding on to resentment and anger, and it can quickly cause you to lose attraction. If you find that for whatever reason, it can be for the same kind of dishonesty or resentment thing that happened, you're holding on to it, you have not healed, you have not dealt with it, and it continues to build up, and gradually, instead of being attracted to your partner, you start to dislike them more and more. You can't stand to see them, you can't stand to hear their voice and all of that stuff. So who am I to tell you to, how and when you should let go of your anger? But for your own good and for the good of your relationship, if you plan for this relationship to remain, you're going to have to find a way to deal with it. Because if you don't, you're going to lose everything anyway.
That's the important thing. Not letting go, but actually dealing with it.
Yeah, because we can say that we let it go and we really didn't. Yeah. We can say, all right, I'm putting it behind me, I'm putting it past, I'm moving past it or whatever. But we really don't. It's there same way, and every time something happens, it comes back up.
Truth is, some situations warrants anger.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. What am I to tell you when to
I need to be angry about this. Is just how you go about it. And if it is that you need to take 2 days and deal with it, it's just that you don't store it up and then build up on it and then something else happen and then me hate you more. And then something else happen and just a grow.
Exactly.
Like a Bill Gaitas.
Because it's going to hurt not just the person, but you as well. It hurts the relationship. So if you want the relationship any at all, you're going to have to just make up your mind to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because, mark you, I mean, if I'm me, I'm not going to tell nobody say I'm not angry and whatever, but, you know, then you have to just sit down and assess the situation and be like, do I want this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is communication deterioration.
Yes.
Now, this kind of goes hand in hand in harboring anger. And let me tell you why. So the communication breaks down and you don't know how to talk to your partner, because that's what it really is. You don't know how to talk to your partner. You don't know if you say to them, you're just angry so till you don't even want to talk.
Yeah.
That's a breaking down in the communication. The fact that I can't talk to you means I'm going to still be angry at you and what you did. So you have to fix the communication. We always talk about that.
Yeah, because it's a universal thing.
It is. In everything that you do, every aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Communication is key. You can't expect that something is going to happen and it's going to fix itself without talking about it. Or he should know, she should know. It's not that type of situation. Talk about it, deal with it together, move on.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Communication is important. The next thing is failure to share activities.
Big one.
People, listen to me and hear me well. Let me just first say what this is. As a relationship lasts, you tend to fall into a routine. We talk about this more than one time. And you stop sharing new adventures with your partner. This lack of fresh activities can lead to starting to lose attraction. So, all right. You know how when you just start a relationship, you just start dating or you just get married, you are all over the place doing all kind of things to enjoy each other.
Company.
And, you know, you're just all up in everything and everything is just so fun and so exciting. And then gradually you find that all of a sudden you just, certain things just don't feel the same or whatever. Most of the times it's because we stop doing some of the things. We no longer make the effort to say, all right, you know what? We're going to do this and that and we're going to do this and that and we want to go out and we want to do this and we're going to do that. And we feel like, okay, we're matured now, we're grown up and we've been there, done that, and we put some things aside and just settle. I realize that, especially, I don't know, I'm not going to generalize now because I can't say for sure that it's the situation with every man, but or every man. Men tend to do this a lot. Like, they get married, they move past the honeymoon phase of the relationship, and then they're just ready to settle and just be calm and be okay in that routine. And a lot of times, I'm telling you, it hurts your relationship. You start to wonder, why me and the girl now, you know, why we not do the things, or the things them not feel the same way and whatever. Sometimes it's because we're not sharing activities. We're not going out there and climbing the hill where you did climb with me the time, and we're going and we have different things to talk about, and you remember what he did or what she did that day, and it just excites you some more. We stop doing these things. We come every day doing the same thing over and over again. The excitement in the relationship has died down, and then what's left? Nothing. And that definitely will cause you to start lose attraction. You're no longer attracted to the person, because a lot of times, you know, we are attracted to the fun things about the person, and you only see these things coming out when you go out and about doing things. I know that sometimes when we start including children and building family and building on certain things, you know, we find it a little bit more difficult to do certain things because of the money. Yeah. But you have to find creative ways to still do things. And even if you're not going to do it as much as you used to, you still try to put different things into it, because when you stop, it starts to, it's like you're out in the fire. Yeah. You're out in the fire that once existed in your relationship. Yeah. So, yeah.
So the next one is letting go.
And this links to the other one.
It links to the other one. But in this instance, it's no, you getting the guy, The guy getting the girl. We're now married or we're now living together, and I don't need to be going out of my way to do anything anymore. I mean, I don't have the guy already. I don't have the girl already. Like, what me need to excite you with? You understand?
Yeah.
So you usually hear people talk about this with married couples, saying that she used to dress nice and put herself together, and from she get married, she just Lego so. And she just
Lego. Yeah.
Lego.
So it's not letting go.
It's Lego. Right? And she just not try anymore.
Yeah, no effort.
And that's a big no. Right? I understand that at some point in time you're gonna get comfortable, because that's what it is. You do get comfortable. And no, you don't need to be, you know, putting on the makeup around the guy anymore, or you don't need to be rushing out of bed to brush your teeth before him get up and go lay down back beside him and a smile.
Like you woke up like this.
I understand it. I mean, we've been there, right? But that doesn't say you should just bring yourself a certain way, because now your partner I go start say, but me not used to this.
Yeah.
Remember saying Mario, or you guys are together if you're not a married couple, based on what he saw then, right? You can't trap the man, you know, catfish. Catch him a certain way and then you just run in one different way. You can't do that.
Yeah.
He did this because he saw, mind you, him shouldn't marry you for your looks or for your whatever.
Alone.
It's really supposed to be your heart. But then you can't just bring yourself a certain way and expect him to be still attracted to you, or her to be attracted to you. So yes, get comfortable, but still have your time when you put yourself together.
Yeah, man. And it goes for the men as well, you know,
of course
because
it does.
You know, yesterday sometimes it's like you said, you got the person and you feel like, okay, I did, you know, put on all the bells and whistle, and you achieve what you wanted to achieve, and you just feel like, all right, now I can rest. You understand me? I marry her. That's enough.
That's enough.
Me give her what she want. That's enough. And you feel like it's over. It's not. We usually need more. Not
and to be truthful, that's where the work really starts.
Yes,
it really starts right there.
It starts there, because then now you're gonna be with this one person, especially if you decide to commit to each other like that. You're gonna be with this one person for,
you know what the goal, the new goal is now. So the first goal was to get married, right? But you know, when you get married, the next goal is now keeping this person.
Yes, and keeping
the person and keeping
each other happy, because you know, over time you will lose interest, the excitement will die down, and so sometimes you have to recreate things and change up things. Just imagine having the one set of ingredients.
Yeah, all the time.
To cook a meal all the time. You have to go find a different way for twist and turn that something to keep yourself interested in eating it.
It's the same thing. It's just the same thing. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so loss of physical attraction. Now, you know that attraction is not just physical, where you're looking at the person and just feeling whatever because you saw what you saw. It can also be, you know, attracted to their personality, to their emotions, the chemistry, the natural chemistry that builds up. But here we're talking about just the loss of physical attraction. This can happen where you just, I mean, sometimes, you know what happens too? We get older and our bodies change. And the Coca-Cola bottle-shaped girl that you knew then, you know, she may not have, maybe she got pregnant and the shape not look as it used to. And of course, we want to encourage each other to try and maintain certain things. But guess what? We get old and it becomes a little bit more difficult to look the way that you used to when you were younger. And the man, the same thing. Sometimes some of the men, they put on a little weight or whatever it is, and they don't look exactly how you used to be attracted to them before. Yeah. And so it changes the physical attraction. It can happen, but it doesn't mean that it's over when that happens.
Yeah.
Again, remember we told you about some of the solutions, some of the things you can do, seek, you know, professional help, all of that, or recreate things between each other. Start to become more attracted to the person's personality and the inner self more than the outer self.
You know, this is kind of a touchy topic for me, because I can't seem to fathom why is it that if someone should go out of shape, it bothers the partner.
Because I think for some people, mark you, it's never good for you to be attractive solely to the person's physical appearance. Once you do that, you are going to be in trouble, right? But you have some people, all right, so you like a certain figure, and once you see that, you become sexually aroused just by seeing that, especially for men.
And that I do understand. I understand.
So when you lose that, it becomes an issue.
I do understand that. Yeah. But you also need to be mature enough to enter a relationship knowing that this can happen. Yes. And if it does happen, the right way to treat it is not to be throwing words or...
No, definitely not. You can't do that to your partner.
Or distancing yourself forward. It's really just to sit down and say, you know what, babe? We're getting old. Let's just put it right there on the table. Yes. We're getting old. And, you know, some things are not how it used to be. But guess what? Let's do this thing together. Don't try and say you need for God, Jim.
Yes.
You need, I know,
if you want your partner to look a certain way, let's work at it together.
Encourage each other and say, you know what, babe? You know, we're going to go to the gym together. Or, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to do this thing together. But nobody come go on like say. Because me get two stretch mark on my side and on my breast and on my belly. I come. Sir. God bless my husband, you know, God. Because I am just looking at it from my perspective. It's a touchy topic for me because
it is for a lot
this
of people.
Is something that we have no control over. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And if I have no control over it to a certain extent, because yes, I can go to the gym, but I can't get rid of the stretch marks like that. You understand?
I have been trying to get rid of mine.
You probably can't get rid of the baby weight so easy.
Yeah, it doesn't
so if
just
it's something
come off
that,
like that
it's not my fault and it's not something that I really have control over, how is it that you can be distancing yourself? You're cruel.
Yeah, and you'd really have some situations where people, they say things to hurt the other person, and you're wondering, how can you do that to somebody that you're supposed to love?
Somebody who you're supposed to love and who you once loved. Come on, man. Like,
it's not
takes a mature man, a mature woman,
right,
to understand what we're saying right here.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna look at the other one, and it's boredom.
Oh Lord.
Child.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah. That's stretch right.
This is real.
I know, right?
This is so real. And it comes with Corona. It comes with COVID-19, people. So, I mean, it's real. It's really, really real.
Okay.
All right. Boredom can happen for so many reasons, right? We just, again, maturity. You reach a certain age where, oh God, I can't bother do this again.
Yeah.
Instead of going out for dinner, I'll cook. Instead of whatever, the children. And you find all sorts of reasons for not doing things. And you're just big on Lego. I'm going to try to put it in a nice way. I'm really trying to put it in a nice way.
Anyways.
Guys, it comes hard and it comes fast. Boredom. It comes hard and it comes fast. And sometimes you're like, how am I reach right here? So, because I'm there. I'm at a point where I'm saying, no, God, my life big and dirty. My life big and dirty. If me no go church on Sunday,
don't go nowhere.
Me not go nowhere.
Yeah.
If it's not a big thing like birthday, anniversary, whatever, I don't go nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
And that happens to a lot of us, and that's what I'm saying. And it stretches right across the board, because then, you know, when you find yourself doing the same things over and over again, of course you're gonna get bored, for crying out loud.
And that too. I know we're locked in our houses because of coronavirus. And
even worse.
There's so much things that we can try to do and improvise and watch movie and rub each other's feet and play games and whatever. And then it just gets old.
Yeah.
And then you know what you're left with? Just loving your partner. Just knowing that even though you're the one at the back room and me at the front room, I love you, boo.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, boredom comes in so many different ways, and sometimes it's not that you are no longer attracted to the person, it's just that you're bored.
Yeah.
And if you start to switch things up a bit, you'll find that you know, the attraction builds up again. So we just have to know that and take action.
And yes, when you're bored too, it's easy to blame the other person. Like,
yep.
Lord, you can't do this,
something.
You can't do that,
Yes.
you can't, and that's how you start
we all
getting,
need to check ourselves.
Yeah.
We love point fingers. Yeah. All right, so the last thing I want to mention, and of course this list is not exhausted. There are other things, you know, so you really just have to look into it and check it. Right. Merged identities. Merged identities. You see, when I saw this, I really had to sit down and think about it, because I was like, I wonder if I have merged with my husband. I think I have somewhat, you know.
Really?
I think so. When I sat and I looked at it and I started thinking about how somebody could merge, and then when let me just share with our viewers. It says when you first fall in love with someone, it is because of their unique traits. You should nurture that uniqueness in a relationship too. Don't let your partner merge into one person. So you and your partner don't merge into one person. And I will explain that, because we always talk about the two becoming one, so that everything works and whatever. All right. So it says cherish your uniqueness so you can value being together. Now, yes, it is important for us to come together and become one in certain aspect. But you are the way you are with your personality and all your flares and whatever. I am the way I am, and let's say I'm more calm. Because in the case of my husband is more calm and quiet, and I'm loud and excited. Right? When I have found that because my husband is calm and quiet, in a lot of ways, I don't get to see, you know, when we get together and we're big and loud together and, you know, excited together and whatever, it's easier for me to do it then. Because, I mean, how do you make noise and be all excited with somebody who is just looking at you like...
That's weird.
Yes, it's weird. So you over there start going with the excitement and them just look at you, so, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with me and my husband. So I think I have brought myself down a lot to kind of, you know, meet him a little bit, because he's not gonna get all
like this.
Yeah, he's not gonna get all excited and whatever. And sometimes it's not, like I said, it's not easy and it's not fun to get all excited and whatever by yourself. And it's kind of harder for me to draw him out of his place to get to where I am. Because trust me, my husband's one of them persons that will sit down and look at you so like,
what you going to for?
Exactly. And so it became easier for me to come down than to bring him out. And so to some extent, I think I kind of merge, and I'm looking at it and I say, it's like this says, it's not always good, because guess what? You have to treasure and
you're
cherish.
Changing yourself.
Basically. Yeah, you have to treasure and cherish the uniqueness. What makes you, what makes him, and then when it comes together, it makes a good mix.
So therefore, you're saying that what I'm getting is, and what your husband should get, hopefully he's watching this, is that if he cherish your uniqueness,
right,
that means he would have to at some point come up to your level. And it's like a swing.
Right, and share it.
So share it.
So you don't change to become
today.
the one.
Let me be happy with her. Today he's low. Let me be low with him. So you're swinging. You know, just always want she come down to your level and I thought, you're too high. Come down this. All the time. You get me?
Right. So when you, because what happens, you know, you see, when you take somebody from who they were originally and bring them to somewhere else,
they're no longer there. Somebody.
They're no longer who you met them to be. They're no longer gonna be that person. You understand? And that is why it's never good for us to try and change people.
And that is where the attraction will
yes, because then I'm no longer me. I'm no longer happy. I'm no longer the way I was. And so if you keep trying to force me to change, and it goes either way, because if I force my husband to change, it's the same thing is gonna happen. You understand me? You are no longer you. You're no longer comfortable. So you just just not into anything anymore.
The same thing that attracted you to me then, let it be the same thing that keeps the relationship. You can't expect so when I come in I should change. And a lot of us we get married thinking that marriage is gonna change. It does not.
Wrong bang.
It doesn't.
No. Definitely
it
not.
Doesn't.
Definitely not. And those struggles will cause you to have so much rift in your relationship. And definitely when you have rift, relationship pop down.
No attraction.
Right. So as we say, you can always try emotional intimacy coaching sessions. We spoke about, seeking professional help for these things. I don't know. I wish we had found some relationship coaching people information we could share. Probably we can share that at a later date, maybe. Yeah, so these sessions can help you and your partner to communicate your feelings, convey potential resentment, resolve all those problems and move past them and into a freshly blossoming relationship, right? So find out what the cause is and find a solution. Seek help if it is that you need it, because we have to move forward. I mean, life short, we have to make this thing work, and we can't in some dead, tired, pop down relationship, miserable up with self, and you get up every day and looking at the mirror, you just don't like what you see, you don't like how you feel. So fix it.
Yeah.
Get it right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Guys, remember to give this video a big thumbs up. I know you did it at the beginning, but yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not yet, please do so. And if you're watching for the very first time, thank you for being here. And please press that subscribe button. Please comment below.
Yes,
what you
think.
Hear from you. Of course, as usual. And we will see you in our next episode.